Hello, everyone. I make you welcome to another one. This is Unscripted. My name is Henry Ikwibike. On the newspapers, actually, we started from the Guardian newspaper, for today. And our talking point was on the dated December $500, $500 a tourism tax proposed exploitative. That's coming from Netcom. Now, for so many who were inundated with everything that went down during the dated December session in Lagos or Nigeria in its entirety, you would, of course, get to be surprised that at all times, Nigeria has often become a country that no matter the issues we go through, we always have a way of celebrating no matter what the government does to us. Now, amongst them is the dated December, where Nigerians in the diaspora get the opportunity of coming back home, which of course is a usual thing. But because we have so branded it, it's becoming more like a festival. It's becoming more like a celebration where everyone around the world loves to participate in it. Just like what you see usually when you go to Brazil for the carnival and all. So, Dirty December for us is being a festival for us, more like now. And getting into the root of the dated December itself, you would always and at all times recognize that the branding, the creation, the ideation of that name, and of course the action that came with it were mainly because individuals were totally and viciously involved in it. The government at no point played any role in the success of the dated December session that is becoming popular around the world. The question is, why then would the government love to be part of something they never created or something they never even contributed into? It's often said the business of government is security and welfare of the people. But in Nigeria, it is the opposite. Nigerian government have a way of exploiting areas that they don't contribute anything in it. And the question is why? Why will the government love to spoil something that have been made good by individuals? Welfare and the security of its people is the responsibility of any good government. If there's any way the government loves to be involved in the dated December, it is in providing enabling environment for businesses to strive, not coming to extort people with $500 because you feel that according to FAN, the Federal Airport Authority of Nigeria, that the number of Nigerians that came into Nigeria were about 500,000. And in their head now, because they too like money, in their head now, they're beginning to think $500 times 500,000 people. We're looking at about $2.5 million or something. Shame on the government. This is the same government that has refused to provide security for its people. They're still kidnapping, rampaging all over the place. This is the same government that we still have electricity collapse. The grids are always collapsing every week. In fact, the national grid in Nigeria is now dancing, blues and the reggae. Unfortunately, this is the same government that has never provided water for its people. This is the same government that its lives have been put aside by them. They don't even consider us as human beings. But just because something is working, they want to jump on it. They want to take advantage of it. And let me tell you, once the government gets involved in this dated December, this is the beginning of the collapse of the dated December. Because just take a look at our creative industry. The reason why our music is thriving is because the hands of the government is not in it. The reason why our movies, the Nollywood is thriving is because the government is not involved in it. The reason why online publication, almost everyone now is a content creator and people are making good money from content creation. It's because the government is not involved in it. Every single thing that the government is not involved in it is something that brings success to the lives of people. But once the government takes notice of it and wants to get involved in it, that is the beginning and the collapse of that particular sector or that industry, unfortunately. Now, look at our small Dirty December that we're enjoying, that Nigerians are beginning to see reasons to want to come home. That even white people, Caucasians, are even desiring to want to come to Nigeria to see what's happening here. The same government now won't come spoil them for us because they want to exploit it with $500. Because maybe one greedy person amongst them now is beginning to go and tell the president, do you know that, Baba? Do you know that? Just imagine that we ask every person to pay $500. Do you know how many people that came into Nigeria just in Dirty December? About 500,000 people. Now 500,000 times $500. This is what we can even use to build the Lagos Badagry Express Road. That's the kind of mental fatigued people we have today running around the presidency. People without job. People who should rather be contributing to how the government should rather make life easier. Those are the people that you see them leaking about and hoping to see crumbs that fall from the master's table. Obviously, those are the kind of people we see, unfortunately. And that's the situation we found ourselves. The reason tourism in Nigeria is not booming is because of the same government that has refused to provide the security for its people. Apart from Lagos, that had made it easier for people to move around. The security in Lagos is fair enough. You don't see so much of kidnapping and rampaging of criminals and all sorts because of the government has done, quite well, even if it's not 100%, but of course it has done quite well. Why can't we replicate the same thing in Borno? Are you telling me that tourism sites in Borno? Why can't we do that in Kano? Well, Kano, there's Hizbah. Hizbah said we shouldn't take alcohol, so maybe let's just leave that one aside. But all other places in Imo, why would someone want to visit Imo State, although where there's criminality, rampaging, and taking the whole place aside? That's the question we're talking about. So government should just focus on the duty of government, that is providing welfare and security for its people, and not being part of something that's been made easy or created by individuals, and now they want to come and take a lion's share out of it. If all those elected leaders we have today, from the president to the last elected person in Nigeria, would just do 10% of what our creative ambassadors are doing, I am telling you, Nigeria will be resounding all over the world. If our president from the top to the bottom, elected leader, would do 10% of what David do, of what Wizkid, of what Burna Boy, and all the big creative ambassadors are doing in championing or making Nigeria a wonderful place around the world, I am telling you the truth. Everyone will love to visit Nigeria. But unfortunately, while our creative ambassadors are busy trying to see how they can build and better the brand of Nigeria, the same political leaders that we elected are the one rubbishing it and not creating an enabling environment for the rest of us. So very unfortunate. But of course, we pray that, like we've often said, that Nigeria will be a better place and everyone will see reasons to be happy.